So, for less than a few years and a few months, we have been asking the age old question that's not so age old, the question of the universe. How old are Frisk and Kara, the duo of main characters that we see in the game called Undertale? Let's find out in Theory Time. Insert random theme song here, which I can't put in because I'm too lazy. Boop. So, before we get to this question, for those of you unfamiliar with the game Undertale, you should really just get it on Steam. It's around a sale for at least a while. If you're looking at this video at the time I have posted it, of course, it will still be on sale until January 5. Go get it. Or January 4, I suppose. So, let's hop right in. I don't want to waste anyone's time with this video, which no one's going to watch. Let's put this into perspective. Kara, the first human of fall. Also, judging by the game's date, which they tell us canonly, let's assume that the date that Kara had fallen down in was 21x. Or, say, judging by the amount of time and the fastest playthrough of Undertale was on the neutral run, 1 hour and 17 minutes. So let's consider the speed Frisk walks in, and of course, judging by the fact that Kara was in the family of dreamers without murdering them, we can say that the run taken by Kara was the true pacifist. But this is not very relevant, as we also know all the human souls took the neutral route. How do we know this? Of course, they all died to Asgore. If they did take any pacifists, they would have likely not have been carrying such crazy weapons, which those weapons will be shown to you when you fight Omega Flowey. Spoiler alert! I should really add that before this video. Sorry, spoiler alert for those of you who didn't know enough. There are going to be a lot of spoilers in this video, especially if you haven't started the game. Seriously, go get it on Steam. Even if it's not on sale, it's only going to be freaking $9. If you want a DLC, I guess it's around $12. So let's continue. We have been sidetracking. It's already been a while. So, now assuming going by a regular game logic, which is 1 minute equals 1 in-game hour, we can say that each soul took around 97 hours at least. But judging by the game mechanics itself, we'll assume that each human soul took around, let's say, 3 to 4 days, or 5 days. Now we know that each soul would have occurred around 21x, because we know that's when the game tells us it already began. Which means these souls would have only lasted until 2010 and 2019, which is, by the way, a date we have still yet to go to in real life, unless if you're really late in watching this video. So we can say that each soul took at least a year, with, the biggest time they could have reached being 2019. That's 1 year for Kara. That's 6 souls. And Frisk being 2019. Now, why on earth did I send the last year to 2019 if I myself had said that each soul would have taken around just 1 year? Wouldn't that be a year a bit too much? Let's also remember the fact that Kara had spent some time with the Dreamer family. Enough time, in fact, to get so close that the family's son, Azrael Dreamer, another spoiler right there, the son of the daughter and the king, well, former queen, did I say daughter? Oh my god. Well, the former queen, which is Toriel, by the way, the guardian of the ruins. Again, those who didn't know, because you didn't play the game, go play it. Seriously, it's a big game. It's a really good game. You should play it. You're going to regret it if you don't play it. So they had been quite long enough together to form the bond, with Azrael inhaling his soul and then sending him back to the human world. Also talked about by the monsters. Of course, Azrael was killed by the monsters, and within this time, Asgore learned to hate humans. Now, let's get to the important part, shall we? I don't want to waste any more time. Judging by our theory, and if it is correct, and the kids are at least 13 when they fall down. By the way, it's also uncertain if the kids are kids. Well, at least the non-seen humans were kids. We don't know if they're kids. We'll just assume that fact because, Toby Fox was not, revealing enough to tell us how old they were. So if we go by our theory of 1 year per soul except Kara, so we can say right now that, let's put this all into an equation, shall we? So Kara fell down into the underground around 2010. Wow. And within 2010, he was with the Dreamer family for at least around 2 years. That's 2010, 2011. Yeah, 2011. 2011, he died. Poor Saw died of a sickness that the monsters cannot do anything about, apparently, because their magic powers can't cure sicknesses yet. Have you seen Asgore? Jesus. He should just punch his trident down that kid, for Christ's sakes. But anyway, he was there until 2011, but unfortunately died. Now, each soul, of course, I'm not saying each soul took a year to finish. I just say that each soul probably took 1 year to get, the gap between each soul would be around 1 year. We'll assume that. So we'll say that Kara was 13. So if in 9 years, 2010 to 2019, we'll be able to find out that by the time Frisk falls down in there, Kara would have been 22. Of course. Now, wait. There's another thing. I have gone wrong. Well, I think you think so. Why did I set my base age to 13 at most? Well, 13. Because guess what? You can guess that age just by looking at them. Also, judging by the way they talk. I know they don't really talk much, especially Frisk when he's actually just a Chinese. This looks terrible, doesn't it? I forget the camera effect. So, yeah. We have assumed that Kara is around the age of 22, and Frisk would definitely be 13 by the time they get out, as if, of course, he spent a year there. Also, in not too long, I'll be making random Undertale facts that I can scrape off the game, so you guys maybe want to subscribe. So, please do leave a like, comment what you didn't like, whatever you want next, and if you had a bad time, you can subscribe right now. And maybe we'll have some more fun, like gaming.